What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Horseback, entitled Half Blood. This is released on Relapse Records. Now, to bring you up to speed with this band, if you're not too familiar with them, they're based out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And honestly, this is a band that is so eclectic and diverse, you really wouldn't have a proper genre tag or label tag to put on them. Because this band blends so many different styles of music all together, not just metal, but music as a whole. I mean, you have elements of krautrock, drone, doom, harsh noise, black metal, psychedelic rock. Just an amazing amount of detail put into the music, and that's what Jenks Miller has done with this project. I know this is all his brainchild, and I know he does a lot of the instrumentation and the vocal work, but I do think he has people working with him. He does have collaborators, and he does have many people to help bring this project to life. I really have had a lot of love for this project since I first heard about it a couple of years ago when Relapse came out with a reissue of The Invisible Mountain. And then as time went on, I got to hear a lot of his other material, preferably the Gorgon Tongue double album release that came out a couple of years ago. It was his debut, Impale Golden Horn, and a cassette-only release known as Forbidden Planet, because those two releases really showed the kind of diversity that this project has, from its lush, layered drone to more buzzing, attacking black metal, drone, and any kind of metal you can think of. That's really what Horseback knows how to do. Now we get to 2012, and we get to Half Blood. This, in reality, is the first new piece of Horseback material. This is nothing reissued, remastered, or reconfigured. This is absolutely brand new for this year. And it's 7 tracks, and it runs about 43 minutes in length. And with this album, it really seems to have a blending and a mixture of the Horseback from the beginning to now, to what we could hear eventually in the future. And honestly, this is just something that works so very well. And really, this is one of those albums that you really have to go into with an open mind and an open heart, not expecting to just bang your head and mosh. This is thinking man's metal. I consider Horseback to be one of those kinds of bands. And really, with time, this will eventually be a grower on you. And really, this is another example of why 2012 has been a stellar year so far, and another example of why I love to do what I do and get great artists and bands that I get great enjoyment out of to you, the viewer. Guitar-wise, it's your usual Horseback guitar. You get a lot of great differentiation with the riffs. Very, very rock, classic rock-inspired riffs. I mean, take the tracks Mithras, Ariman, and Arjuna. Those songs really incorporate some really, really strong and solid, catchy riffs. Just the way that they sound and the way that they're played. There's a lot of meticulousness to the guitar as well. Some of that layered repetition comes in when it has to. Not all the time, but when it does, it just settles in and gets the job done. Bass-wise, it's a very, very warm and comfortable bass performance. You can hear it quite well in the mix. It's played very, very well. It doesn't try to battle or duel the guitar in any shape or form, and it just sounds really, really well. I'm loving the way that the bass sounds. Drum-wise, it's a very, very mid-paced style of drumming, very much similar to the way the drums sounded on The Invisible Mountain. That really, really hard-hitting, rocking style of drum performance, just heavy on the kicks, The snares, the cymbals, the toms, just the way every drum sounds on this album is just very, very solid, very respectful, very well played, well organized, nothing crazy or over the top, never what it's set out to be. It's just a solid, solid drum performance, and I'm loving the way that they're played here. And I'm also loving the inclusion of elements like keyboards, pianos, and I want to say I hear some xylophones in there. Just some really, really unique instrumentation going on as well. Even to the more harsher noise elements of this album, like say on the track Inheritance the Changeling, you get to hear that experimental noise, the drone elements. It works really, really well. And vocal-wise, you're going to get the usual Horseback vocal style, which is a very, very angry, venomous style of black metal vocal. And honestly, that's what makes the listener a little confused at first. Is like, why am I hearing vocals on music that sounds like it's classic rock? But I think for the case of Horseback, it works extremely well. But this time around, it doesn't sound as distorted and as lowered as in previous releases. You get to hear Jenks's voice a lot more clearly and a lot more understandable. And I think that is an incredible step up in class as far as the vocals are concerned. Just what he's saying, how he's delivering it, and what he's talking about just sounds really, really amazing. And even on the track, I mentioned the track Arjuna a little while ago. There's some parts in the song where it breaks off into a more melodic, head-nodding kind of a singing kind of a voice. It's very, very unique, and once you hear the black metal vocals layer in, it works quite well also. There's even some spoken word stuff on here. I can't remember the song by memory, but there's a song that involves some spoken word. And it's very, very interesting and unique. And really what will interest the listener is the 3-part track known as Hallucigenia. Tracks 5, 6, and 7 respectively. Hermetic Gifts, Spiritual Junk, and the Emerald Tablet. You get the Horseback that you remember from Impale Golden Horn, to the Horseback that you hear on Forbidden Planet, to the Horseback that you hear from the Invisible Mountain. Just a little bit of everything. And I think it works extremely, extremely well. So overall, this is probably the best piece of material the Horseback project has put out, period. Just a lot of respect and detail to the music, a lot of hard work, a lot of emotion, a lot of energy, a lot of experimentation, and really, if you like metal or music that dares to be different or tries to be something that's not what you're used to, then Horseback is definitely the band for you. I definitely urge you to give this band a shot. Give this music a definite good listen. Check out this release. Check out Invisible Mountain, The Gorgon Tongue, the Pyramid Split that came out earlier in the year. This is just an amazing band and definitely something I definitely support 100%. So much respect to Horseback for making incredible music. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you a link in the description box to Horseback's Bandcamp page where you can stream this album, hear it for yourself. I know you can purchase the vinyl. There's a vinyl and shirt package, a vinyl and CD package. I know it's available to be bought, so I know you should definitely give it a shot if you like it. So, again, the album is Half Blood by Horseback. This is released on Relapse Records. Support this band, and I'm going to give this an 8.75 out of 10. Superb, superb stuff, and definitely one of the best of this year. So, check out Horseback. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Armijo out.